Welcome to my indie game devlog number 11. In this devlog, I am making a level generator for my 2D side scroller platformer because I'm too lazy to actually design a level. So here we go. So I've been working on a 2D level generation tool, and it's similar to the background generator that I made. Instead of background objects, it uses platforms. So I have 3 prefab platforms that I've made, and they're pretty straightforward. It's just my platform sprite with an edge collider 2D along the top, and I also have a platform effector 2D that the edge collider uses so that the player can jump up through it and then land on top of it. Basically, this is what happens. So it's pretty basic right now. You can see my background generator is just meant for a flat level. So I'm gonna have to adjust that so it follows these. For each background object that I generate, I'm gonna check where the nearest platform is and choose the Y value of wherever the nearest platform is, so that the background objects can generate right on top of the platforms. This is how it started. You could see it's obviously not ideal because platforms like this, it's not really cool. But I just wanted to show you how this is working so far, and I'm pretty impressed with how it's gotten so far. So I discovered 2D sprite shape, and it took some getting used to, but I figured it out eventually, and now I can make super cool shapey platforms without having to repaint every single shape out of a tree trunk. So that's cool. Hello there, friends. So I have been working diligently on my level generator. Okay, diligently is an overstatement, but I've been working on it, and it's very cool to see it come along, and I have it working for the most part. I have my platforms being generated. I have my funky platforms included in the mix, and I've got my background sprites to kind of follow along where the platforms go. The only problem I'm having currently is that the trees aren't following the platforms, but everything else is. But the trees are mostly just going in a straight line, which doesn't make sense because they're using the exact same script, but everything else is using. So I have to investigate that. Okay, no. I just ran it again, sorry. And it looks fine. I think maybe it's just a fluke. Look, the trees, I'm so sorry about this. The trees are following the platforms now. I think it's just really a total fluke. I mean, okay, yeah, some of them float, but oh no, maybe not. So sometimes I run it and it works and the trees follow it completely, and then sometimes I run it and they're totally separate from each other, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a new thing. Additionally, I don't feel like coding right now, and so I'm going to put some more art in for the background. It still, for me, just seems flat and empty, even though it's actually quite cluttered. I want to get more like just texture instead of full-on objects. So I might create some like rolling hills or something to go in the background. So we'll see. I think potentially having a horizon like with mountains or something might allow me to keep my sprites just going straight along instead of following the platforms, and then the platforms can just seem like they're going up higher. I don't know, maybe. At this current point in my day/life, I am feeling quite in need of a cup of coffee, so I shall be doing that for the next 10 minutes, and then I am probably going to do some art. I'm feeling good today though. Alright, that's enough of that. I thought I'd take some time while I'm painting here just to talk about why I got into game dev in the first place. I thought it would be a really good idea to explore both art and coding, since those are two of my hobbies and passions already. I really wanted a way to combine them instead of something like where I would program art or I would just draw. This is a cool way where I could program and do art and kind of keep them separate, but still create something super cool and unique and challenge my abilities in a new way. So that's why I started, and so far, I mean, it's been pretty great. Also, if you're new to this channel, basically it's just me teaching myself how to do game dev. I don't really know what I'm doing before each video. I'm figuring out as I go along. So that's why there's lots of mistakes and redos and things that just probably wouldn't happen to a professional game developer, because I am in the learning process. Hey, I'm about to go out for an unrelated grocery shop, but I just wanted to show you my cool fanny pack. So next up, I've imported my photos of my art into Photoshop, as I usually do. I'm cutting them out, and this time I'm doing a bit more color editing for them, which I really like how it turned out. They pop so much better than when they're just standard watercolor, and I put Babbo and Bronto there just for reference so that we can see, you know, how they'll look in front of it. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I made all of my background spritey things, these mountains, I've made them all double-sided, so I can flip them over and get a different looking horizon. See, the lighter green mountain has sort of grass at the bottom, so if I flip it over, it'll be like flat grass, and then the darker green mountains are also double-sided, and the little grass sprite in the front is double-sided too. So yeah, I can use them in multiple different ways, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, wow, man! Wow! I love that.
Good?
So good.
Originally it looked like pale and gray, and now it's like...
You can put like some in the sky, like some different planets, because they look like aliens.
Planets! Oh, that's a good idea.
Different planets, you know, like...
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So I found a quiet spot to sit with Buddha. We're just chilling here together. So I have some ideas. I was feeling kind of off about having a bunch of tree trunks in the sky. It just felt wrong. So that's why I built the ground, the like hills and stuff. And I was thinking, I kind of want to paint some cloud sprites, and then I kind of want to paint some like muddier sprites, so that based on, I'll still use my automatic level generator, but based on the Y value, I can place different sprites. So if it ends up going high in the sky, I'll switch from tree trunks to cloud sprites, and then if it goes down underground, I can go to like muddier rock kind of sprites. And that way I can keep the background flat, like in the x-axis I'll keep it on the same plane, but the level can still go and it will adjust accordingly. So I don't think I'm going to do that in this video, just because I'm cutting it close. There's so much I've done already, so I'll save that for the next one, and I think it'll be very easy to add. But just a thought that I had that I think would be super cool. So what do you think? Yeah, I think he agrees. Okay, here's my final showcase for this video. My level generator is pretty solid. I got my flat background with my mountains. I'd like to introduce some parallax there, but for now I think it looks super awesome. I got my leaves all over the sky. I got my trees and my flowers. I upped the saturation on them so they really pop against the background and they're all going just along that horizontal axis. I've tweaked Bobo's jumping so he's a little more zippy and he's faster and everything responds really well. I created a new camera to follow him so that it's a smoother following mechanism. I made this dirt behind him, as you can see, out of the old cloud texture, so I just turned that a little bit brown and mushed it together. You can see it's pretty similar. Also, I changed the cloud texture in the back to be a skybox, so it's just there and it looks pretty all the time, and I don't have to make this like one little sprite follow Bobo around in the background. And, oh my gosh, I did so much stuff. Isn't this great? I also put together all of my background objects that I generate, these flowers and the trees and the leaves, together with my platform generator all into this one object that I called level generator. So I have these 3 BG renderer scripts. Each one does like the trees and the leaves and the flowers, so I could set all those parameters there and turn them off and they can talk to each other. Plus I have my platform loader, and then anything else that I want to add into this I can just put all together in this level generator so it's nice and neat and tidy, and so I don't have like what I had before where I have each background renderer and a platform renderer all separate. So this is a nice little tidy thing that I did with some more toggles that I added, like if I want the objects to follow the platforms or if I want to just turn it off. Because turning off the script for some reason doesn't turn it off. So little things like that I just did to make it really nice and pretty and fun. Finally, I've exported this project. I know it's not even close to done and the level isn't even finished yet, but I want to give you guys a taste of it right now because why not? So I've exported this project and it is available on my website. You could play it in the browser right now as it is at the time of this video. And it's just, I don't know, for fun. It's not done. You'll cut to the end of the level and you'll be like, oh, it just does that. Or it goes really far down into the dirt like this, for example. Why are there still leaves down here? And like, okay, yeah, it's not finished at all. But try it out. Why not? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have ideas and, you know, maybe some things that I could do to fix stuff like this, for example. So that's pretty much where I'm at for this video, and go check it out. Tell me what you think. One more thing, are you a game developer as well? I assume that most people watching my videos are, but tell me about what you're working on if you are. And share links to whatever your Twitter is, or if you have YouTube, or if you have an itch, share it. Let's all like get to know each other and see what everyone's working on. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet people in this community, so please tell me if you're working on something or if you're thinking of starting working on something. Leave a comment below and we can chat and share ideas. Okay, that's it for today, and talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.